Hey everybody, this is Steve Speebs, and today we're going to be doing Smiling Friends. We're doing a Smiling Friends tier list for the episodes. I'm going to go through each episode and we're going to rank them based on how I like them or I don't like them. We're going to start with...
Oh my god. Whoa.
So Desmond's Big Day, I think it's a really fun episode. It basically introduces you to a lot of like the more important characters, obviously the main characters and the side character Desmond. It introduces you to the art styles and all the different ways that they kind of take in the show. As a whole, I think it's a great episode. Everything about it is like really fun and really interesting, but I don't know if it's like one of my favorite episodes of all time, so it's definitely not like S or A tier. I'd say Desmond's Big Day Out probably is B tier. It's great. It's not the best in the world, but it is like a good intro to the show.
I'm Mr. Frog. This is my show. I ate the bug. I ate the bug. This is the end. I love you.
I'm just gonna say it out loud. S tier, immediate S tier. We love the Mr. Frog episode. It's so funny. It has so many good bits to it.
Have you thought about just apologizing for putting the TMZ reporter in your mouth? That was pretty bad.
Hello, but I'm not sorry.
Character design is fantastic with Mr. Frog. Like, his bits are just so funny. The way he speaks is so funny. And then also you have Gleb, who comes in and is a pretend Mr. Frog. And it's just, the episode as a whole is fun. It's memorable. It's got a lot of good catchphrases to it. S tier. Immediate S tier. Love that episode.
I do not want a new girl. I just want Shrimpina back.
Shrimp's Odyssey, I think it's a fun episode. As a whole, I think it's great. It is very useful because it introduces you more to the main characters like Pim and Charlie. You get this like really interesting narrative arc for both of them where you get to really see who they are. With Pim, you get to see like he's just this nerdy little guy and he like you learn a little bit more about his character. The little nerve ending on top of his head, it's not a hair, it's a nerve ending. Funny. Great design, right? And then he goes on this like quest, falls in love with this girl, then he, romanticizes his entire life with her, and then from there he has this opportunity to go out with her and steal him from the shrimp guy, but then at the end he doesn't because he has this conscious decision to like be a good guy. And so it really shows you who Pim is as a character. So Pim, nerdy little good guy, and then we see Charlie, it's like dude bro who goes to the gym to solve his problems, who goes on, does the tans, does all of like that. He's just this dude bro who, does all dude bro stuff, right? And so like that's why I like this episode. I think it's a really good one. The shrimp character itself, I think he's funny. He's not my favorite character in the world. Shrimp's Odyssey as a whole, I think we're gonna give it, I'd say we give it B tier. Like, it's good, it helps drive the story along, it helps introduce the characters a little bit better, but I don't think it's one of the stronger episodes out there.
Wait! One more thing. Whatever you do, don't go beyond the rickety bridge.
Right off the bat, I need to let you know, I love this episode. This episode, fantastic. 10 out of 10. I'm already going to tell you, it's going in S tier. S tier immediately. You know why. If you've seen the episode, you know why.
Is that fucking blackface, dude?
No, this is blackface. I'm an actual demon.
Bro, please tell me that's not blackface.
Man.
No, you don't understand. I'm literally enforcing it from across the bridge. This isn't a costume.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, man, is that literally blackface? Objectively one of the best episodes in the entire series, I think. Overall, great episode, right? Right? So we have this episode where it's just like a silly little Halloween special where everybody gets to dress up in these little Halloween outfits. You get to see Pim in his little cowboy outfit. Charlie doesn't do an outfit because he doesn't want to get canceled, which I think is hilarious, right?
Charlie, what are you supposed to be?
He doesn't want to dress up as anything.
Listen, I've seen way too many people get their careers ruined over old Halloween costumes. I'm not doing it.
That's just such a funny character motivation, or just like have that character like viewpoint. He's coming at it from like, doesn't want to get canceled. Funny, hilarious even. And then we get to meet their girlfriends. We get to see Gleb as the president, or I think he's the president. Oh, Alan as the Joker. So funny. And then, I almost forgot like the best costume, which is objectively Mr. Boss as Charlie Brown. Great character design. Great character. I love it. It's just so stupid and creepy. Everything about Mr. Boss is weird, but like he's just like so fun, right? And that's like, I think that's my favorite part about him is like he's such an off-putting character as a whole because like everything that he does is just like his entire character is just weird. But then he has those like little moments where it's just like he's just a goofy little guy, right? Like so like this moment with his little laugh.
But if you look hard enough, you should be able to find something.
Yeah, that's the little laugh. So stupid. It's just like he's like this like he's just like this cute little baby, but like he's just like this creepy character like as a whole, and I think that's like such a fun dynamic to have as a character, right? So overall episode, I think it's an S tier episode. I think it's just one of the best episodes out there, and it's easy S tier, I think.
Yeah, everyone likes fun.
You like to have fun too?
I mean, you know, you're asking about me. I mean, I like fun. Yeah. You know.
Oh, yeah?
I already said yes.
I'm just gonna say this up front. I don't love this episode. I think it's a boring episode. I think it obviously introduces new characters, like interesting little side characters, but like it's not it. There's just something lacking about this episode. So this episode is Who Violently Murdered Simon S. Salty. It's a good episode. I don't love it. I don't think it's one of my favorite episodes. I think it's definitely a good one, not a great one. I do think it's better than Desmond's Big Day Out and Shrimp's Odyssey. So we'll give it an A tier. I think it's a solidly A tier, right? Like there is a lot of fun characters that are introduced in this one, and then just like interesting bits that happen. There's a couple fun vocal stems in this one as well. Just like narratively, it's just like kind of boring, right? Like who killed this guy? Oh, he died a heart attack. Like it's just like it's anticlimactic. It's just kind of boring. It's just like but it is fun. So we gotta balance those two, right? So that's why I get it. It gets A tier. It's almost B tier, but it's definitely more A tier than it is B tier.
Oh, we were right there, man.
We're on episode 6 now, Enchanted Forest. This is a great episode. I think everything about this episode is fantastic. Doing the whole Lord of the Rings throwback, where they're doing Mip, the character, the way that they did his design is a good time. It's basically a throwback to that one, I think it's from like the 80s cartoon of the Lord of the Rings. It's supposed to be Bilbo Baggins, maybe? I don't remember the exact character's name, but it's of that style, right? It's definitely giving Lord of the Rings, and then they also take Pym's character and they do like the whole Smeagol arc where he's like jealous and gets really skinny, and it's like, you know, the whole very similar artistic style, but like in that universe. So it's like, it's fun, it's a good time. I really enjoyed how they merged those two, and the fact that just like Pym is the one who's been wanting to do this his entire life. He is the reason that they're there. He wants to have a good time, right? And Charlie goes into this completely reluctantly, thinking this is the stupidest thing in the world, and then they switch paths, right? So like Charlie winds up doing all the quests, having so much fun, just like really enjoying it, and Pym basically does nothing, right? He's just like, he's that little side character. Everything is about Charlie. Charlie's the main character, having his little fantasy life, and Pym is growing ever more jealous. And then just the way that you know, the arc goes, where actually Mip, you think, you know, well, he's this lovable guy, but he turns out to be this creepy stalker. Great twist. Great twist, right? Like you do not see that coming at all. He winds up being the stalker, he dies, and then he winds up giving them the quest to deliver this package. The package is a bomb. Big surprise. Nobody was expecting that, right? And I think that's just that twist on the episode just makes it so fun. And the fact that the animation is so jarring compared to like what the regular, you know, Smiling Friends is, that with the narrative, you know, arc of what happens, I think it's a good episode, right? I'd say for this episode, for the Enchanted Forest episode, I'm going to give it an S tier. I want to say S tier. I think it's one of the better episodes because like the narrative is just really good. You get that twist at the end. The character designs, the different animation style. It's just like, it's a great episode, and it's one of the most memorable episodes, I think, of the entire series. The Charlie bisexual arc, hilarious. Amazing, never before seen. Like it's great. I love it. So that's that for that episode. That's why that episode is S tier. It's great and I love it.
Man, I don't know what to think no more, man. Okay, let's de-escalate. No one's messing with your head. Nobody's messing with your head. Get out of me. Nobody's messing with your head, man. Nobody's messing with your head.
Frowning Friends, right? I really like the way that they set up the way that it ends in the beginning by just dropping that little bit of information while they're having just like conversation.
Yeah, I was just reading about how the Renaissance men are coming in town.
Who are they? Who's the Renaissance man?
It just says here that the Renaissance men are coming in town, and by the looks of it, it's like super soon.
Just a great way to do it, because it's just like the piece of information, you know that the Renaissance men are coming, but you'd easily forget and you just completely don't remember until it happens, and then you're like, oh my god, the Renaissance men are coming, right? And so I think planting that little seed of information in the beginning through the use of small office talk, 10 out of 10. Great narrative setup, and I like that a lot. The Smiling Friends, or I guess the Frowning Friends, are the ones in this episode. They're good characters. They're obviously very memorable, but I don't love this episode. I don't love the characters of the Frowning Friends. They do bring up a couple good, funny moments. So, like the one where they're talking to 3D Squelchy, I think his name is, and they're like, "Oh, did you know that the helium source is going to run out in 10 to 15 years?" And Charlie's like, "Is that true?"
Dude, I just looked up the helium thing he was talking about. That's true. That's like 100%. Everything he said was true. It's all going to be gone.
Great moment. And just like the way that they reveal these like true bits of information, but like in a sad way. It's basically the whole like nihilism worldview, which I think is really fun here. But the characters themselves, kind of boring. I don't know. I want to say it's probably a B tier episode. I know I'm probably going to get like pushback on that one. I think it's B tier personally. I do think it's really funny though. It is kind of a critique of like almost like internet subculture, where it's just like these people are upset all the time. They want everyone else to be upset with them. They say that nothing matters, nothing means anything. But the second that, you know, your life actually comes to being threatened, that it's just like, oh, all of that was for nothing. Like, what was your like philosophy even about if it doesn't come down to like you not caring whether you live or die? And I think that's funny. It's a funny critique. But as a whole, the episode just kind of doesn't really land for me. It's not as exciting. It's not as upbeat as the rest of them. She's just there. She's just living. She's just kind of there. So I'd say it's a B tier episode.
Welcome to AG Double Hockey Sticks!
I think that's one of the best episodes of the entire series. Hands down. That Christmas episode is so funny. The way that they animated Satan, the way that they voiced God as Gilbert Gottfried.
Quickly, Charlie, get on!
All of the little sound bits that they have in that episode, amazing. The new side characters that they introduced, so Jeremy, the really annoying guy. We have the little devil pitchfork baby fat guy, funny. Charlie's grandma, top tier character, S tier character even. Like one of the best episodes I think of the entire series, easily hands down. Anyway, Charlie dies and doesn't come back. Episode S tier. Immediate S tier. S tier, 1,000 times S tier. So good, so funny. One of the best episodes.
Oh man, it's so refreshing to finally get a vacation and not have to think about smiling friends for 2 weeks.
From the start, I can already tell you I don't love this episode. No, it's sad. It's like, it's a cute episode. There's literally nothing that happens in this episode, and I think that obviously that's intentional. I think that's kind of why it's funny, is because it has a season finale, and with season finales, you expect these like big, grandiose episodes that kind of tie plots together, that kind of tie things off, so that the next season there's either like a cliffhanger, so you come back, or like something where something interesting is happening. You're expecting this is the last episode. We're not going to see it for a while. It's the next season. What's going to happen, right? And they just completely subvert that expectation and just do nothing. They go to Brazil. They sit in an airport and they talk for 12 minutes straight. And it's not my favorite episode, but like when you think of it contextually, it is very funny. It's stupid. It's objectively stupid, but I think when you think of it contextually like that, it does make the episode funnier. But as a whole, watching the episode, very bland, very boring. Just like the only really standout, there's only like one standout character. I don't really remember his name, but he's the Brazilian guy that comes up to them. He's funny. I liked him, right? But the rest of the episode is just kind of bleh, right? Like it's nothing exciting. It's nothing fun. Mr. Boss makes a little cameo, which I think is cute. Overall episode, I think it's one of my least favorite episodes. And because of that, I think I'm gonna give it a C tier. The very mid episode. Contextually funny, but not great. This is our tier ranking list right now. These are all the episodes, season 1 ranked. 4 best ones are going to be that. Probably 4 best of the series so far. I guess we've only done season 1. I'm going to take a break now. I might be back in a little bit to do season 2. Or I might just do another stream with that. I have not decided yet. But thank you for joining if you joined so far. If you are watching and haven't followed yet, please follow. Really appreciate that. Bye. This is Steve's Beebs. Bye.